Alright, let's jump right into Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. A real treat for anyone who loves classic arcade brawlers. If you've ever felt the thrill of smashing buttons in a crowded arcade while people cheer you on, this collection is basically that experience, minus the sweaty arcade vibes and token machine. Let's paint the scene. It's the 90s, your local arcade is buzzing, and you've just popped your coin into the machine. On screen, Spider-Man is getting ready to throw down with Ryu, and you know it's about to go down. That mix of adrenaline, the roar of combos, and the epic battles with your buddies all comes rushing back the moment you fire up this collection. What's cool about this collection is that it's not just one game, it's a full spread of brawler goodness. Of course, you've got the classics like Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel Superheroes, but it doesn't stop there. There are some real gems tucked in that maybe you didn't even know you needed, but trust me, after you play them, you'll wonder how you lived without them. The gameplay? Let me just say, if you're into fast combos, flashy super moves, and tag team insanity, you're in for a ride. Marvel vs. Capcom's tag system is still as hype as ever. There's something ridiculously satisfying about mid-combo tagging in Wolverine and watching him go berserk on your opponent. And with all the characters from both universes, the matchups are endless. Fancy Ryu throwing down with Captain America? Go for it. Want to see how Morrigan handles against Hulk? Time to find out. The roster is just stacked with all the heavy hitters and fan favorites you could want. But it's not all just about throwing fireballs and uppercuts. There's depth here too. Each game has its own mechanics, so it's not just copy-paste between titles. 1 minute you're nailing air combos in Marvel vs. Capcom, and the next you're figuring out how to use the gem system in Marvel Superheroes. There's always something new to learn, which means there's plenty of reason to keep coming back for more. And can we talk about the visuals for a second? Even after all these years, the pixel art still looks incredible. Every character is packed with detail, and those smooth animations make every punch and kick feel impactful. You can even throw on some retro filters to make it feel like you're right back in front of an old school arcade cabinet. It's just the right mix of nostalgia and modern crispness that makes the games feel fresh while still honoring the classics. Of course, it wouldn't be Marvel vs. Capcom without that soundtrack, and wow, they really brought it all back. Those tunes that used to pump through the arcade speakers and get your blood flowing, yeah, they're back. And they're just as catchy as you remember. You might even find yourself humming the stage themes long after you've turned off the game. Don't say I didn't warn you. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Online play. Back in the day, you had to wait in line at the arcade to prove you were the best. Now, you can just hop online and test your skills against players from all over the world. The collection's online system is smooth with rollback netcode to keep things running great. So even if your opponent's halfway across the globe, the action stays fast and responsive. Whether you're climbing the ranked ladder or just having fun with friends, you've got endless hours of competitive fun ahead. But the real beauty of this collection is how it feels like a time capsule from one of the greatest eras of gaming. Sure, the moves are flashy and the combos feel amazing to pull off, but there's all sorts of history in these games. It's like stepping back into the arcades of old, where every match had the potential to end in cheers or groans, and everyone gathered around to see who would come out on top. It's that same magic, but now you can enjoy it at home. With so many titles packed into one collection, there's no shortage of variety. You can switch things up depending on your mood, whether you want to go for the pure chaos of Marvel vs. Capcom or dive into the strategy of Marvel Superheroes. Each game brings something unique to the table, and that's what makes this collection so special. So, if you've ever loved a good brawl, whether you're a Marvel fan, a Capcom fan, or just someone who loves a good fight, this is a collection you don't want to miss. It's the perfect mix of nostalgia, modern playability, and just plain fun.